And some of that is reflected in another area where I have a great deal of responsibility, and that's with regard to managing our state's pension fund. It's an awesome responsibility and one that I take very, very seriously. There were problems in the office before I got there, particularly with regard to how the pension fund was managed. And I can stand before you today and tell you that we've made many, many changes in how we operate in terms of our policies and procedures, many new personnel as well. And we now have the most transparent and the most accountable management of our public pension plan than we've ever had. And that's not just me saying it. We had an outside fiduciary review by an organization called Funston Advisory Services, and they gave us very high marks for managing the fund with the best interests of the members in mind. And that's what management of a pension fund is certainly all about. Last year, unlike other public pension plans, we actually reduced the contribution rate that we charge to the state of New York and to local governments as well. You didn't read about that very much because, again, that goes counter to the notion that the pension benefits for our public workforce are just an ever-increasing expense. Lots of other costs are going up. The reality in New York, we have now turned the corner and we're starting to reduce that contribution rate. My goal is to continue to move in that direction. By smart investing, by being careful with the choices that we make with the pension money that we are investing on behalf of the members, so we can continue to reduce the contribution rate. Is it going to go down real fast? Probably not. I mean, the reality is we have a big fund, we have over 1 million members in our plan, and we did have a big loss in 08 and 09 like everybody else did. But the trend is headed in the right direction, and we are working very hard each and every day to make sure that trend goes in that direction. We need to remind people that it's not just about the retirement security for you and for your colleagues and for your families, as important as that is. And that's what the pension fund is all about. You've worked hard for these benefits. You've earned it. You look forward to the day when you can be a retiree. The other great reality is that we in New York, with the retirement security we have with our defined benefit plan, we have over 80% of our retirees in New York State from our public workforce. They don't move to Florida. They don't move to Carolina. They stay right here in New York. And that translates into billions of dollars of retirement benefit money that stays here, being spent in New York, supporting local businesses, paying taxes, making a big difference. I'm trying to get the message out that having a secure retirement that enables people to continue to live in this state is an important economic multiplier that we don't focus on enough. And I do try to talk about the ways in which we're using the pension fund money to invest more in New York State, with our in-state private equity program, with some of the other initiatives that we have, makes money for the fund, which is our first priority, but also helps to be part of economic growth in our state. That's very, very key. Your work is very, very important. It's a very important component of law enforcement here in New York State. I do sometimes think, though, that it's underappreciated and not fully recognized. You probably don't hear it often enough from elected officials or from the larger community. But thank you. Thank you for the extraordinary public service that you provide on behalf of the people of the state of New York.